Once he's out of earshot, I'm just going to look at the rest of the group and I'm going to say, Captain, whatever his name is,
Tertian Pikes.
Captain Pikes. I think he's made the classic mistake of confusing strength with hardness. What is strong endures, what is hard generally shatters or goes soft rather quickly, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. Well, let's hope so.
Abigail, you can see her just have a scowl on her face. You can tell that she genuinely, while she might respect the captain, she genuinely does not care for the advice.
Yeah.
Perhaps one day Captain Pikes will realize how pessimistic and defeatist the mindset he has is. She is a defensive way.
When you forget how to cry and laugh, that's when you're truly dead. So he's not wrong. He's already dead.
I'm not so sure about that. To be honest, give his advice some heeding. Abigail rolls her eyes at that. Don't tell me you actually believe that. Of course I believe it. Hell, if a lot more people heeded his advice back during the first wave's beginnings, perhaps we wouldn't have had so many casualties with the Night of Tempest. This is like a slap to the face to Abigail. Like she gets like a look of like annoyed shock. You know, like that classic, oh my god, I can't believe you just said that sort of look to her.
Mm-hmm.
It's like she doesn't say anything. Her mouth just like gapes open. And she just like follows up like after a few moments of that, because you guys could tell after some moments of silence, in those moments of silence, you guys could tell like, yeah, if they slept in the same bed, he would be sleeping on the couch. Feel to it. You can't. That's a low blow. And it's an insult to everyone that died.
It also feels like it'd be the opposite effect.
Varric shrugs.
Yeah.
This is what I said. It's a realist logic, you lot.
I don't know. I feel like I probably have a better survival chance if I'm actively trying to survive, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, exactly.
Varric shakes his head. Well, I hope you guys are more desensitized to combat, violence, and the like than that.
Combat, violence, and the likes of that has been my whole life.
Then I hope I don't find you wanting.
Well, if you do, I'll probably end up dead.
Maybe. I'll put it to you all like this. Even you, love. She like scowls at that. We have to be a callous sort. We're expeditionaries. We have to be callous so that civilians don't have to be. So that way they aren't exposed to atrocities of combat. And he looks directly at Abigail for this. Even during the Night of Tempest, as non-combatants previously. I won't force the issue on you guys, but just keep Captain Pikes' advice in mind. It's not defeatist or pessimistic. It has real value.
I mean, it's both, but yes, it has value.
Regardless. He just sort of stops at that. You don't really believe all of this, do you? I don't want to believe it, Abigail. But I'd be a fool to deny its merits. Abigail bites her lip at that, concernedly.
If you're worried, Abigail, simply prove him wrong.
I intend to. Hopefully.
But you do have a point, Larry, yes. There is wisdom in preparing, even for the worst.
At the very least, I would recommend talking to him about the expeditionary life insurance bit if you guys have any loved ones you want to send money back to.
Nope, orphan.
Well, then I'm sure the Force will appreciate keeping the funds. I can't do it because my only close relative is Lena. He looks at Abigail. I can send to Costellos. But the rest of you, though, think about it. That one's a matter of bureaucracy.
Yeah. I suppose the parents would appreciate it, I guess.
Might take a while to send it back home, but they'll get it.
Yeah. Ah, well. That's a thought for later, I suppose. Or now, considering.
Suppose I could put my mentor as my next of kin.
Yeah, I
That-
could do.
it's not really next of kin, it's just point of contact.
Well, that's settled then.
We'll talk to probably Charlotte about it at some point. Anyways, he leans behind like a crate, just like hip leans on it. You guys should probably figure out what you guys want to do with that fucking coin. Let it be known I'm not exactly for chasing after criminals, but I don't think I'll dissuade you on the matter.
How
No.
important is it really to us? I mean, sure, I don't enjoy being. Well, I don't enjoy having my pockets picked, but I have picked a few pockets in my day, and you have to admit there was a certain finesse to the move. I'm not saying to let it go, but perhaps we simply keep our eyes and ears out until something shakes loose.
We could do. I mean, I just wanted to know more about it, I guess. It was like an interesting kind of puzzle that I was not able to completely crack.
I mean, you do have a starting point at least, an unexpected one.
Yeah. I mean, what would be the best option, I guess? I mean, other than like walking up to the front door.
Well,
Do you even know where the front door is?
Nope, which is another problem I'm going to cross when I get there.
Criminals tend to not have obvious hideouts.
well, actually, they tend to be obvious, but obviously not what they are.
Mm-hmm. Like hiding in plain sight sort of thing.
Can't look for what you know is already there.
Mm-hmm.
Where is... I'm assuming the Minotaur formerly known as Ritzy is helping, or is he still here for the talks?
Yeah, he'd be helping.
Okay. You guys... As you guys are talking, you guys hear a bit of a commotion. And when you turn to look to see the source of it, you guys see a very finely dressed man, perhaps too finely, for his setting right now of a bunch of docks, sweaty dock workers, stuff like that. What you don't think he's a noble, but you definitely know he's noble adjacent, just from his mannerisms, the way he dresses, and things like that. And the commotion is him. It's like an outburst. It was just simply what, and then he quiets down and is talking to one of the dock workers here. Oh, I'm sorry, Tango. I'll look him up. But yeah, he's talking to one of the dock workers in a really peeved way. And you guys can see from where you are, he's gesturing pretty frequently at, like, pointing at the Minotaur formerly known as Rexy, as well as Tharbium. And it's just like loud, hushed, not so hushed murmurs, like there's a lot of hustle and bustle happening at the dock, so it's hard to hear it from where you guys currently are standing. You guys we're trying to stay out of the way of stuff, which this guy is not following the same courtesy. So you guys can't really hear what he's saying. At least at your current distance. But yeah, he just keeps like pointing at the guy. Or at the guys too. RBM and AT.
Fia, if you want to track down unsavory elements of any city, there are two ways you can go about it. You can rummage through the muck, so to speak, and claw your way up, or you can start from the top. And I make a head motion toward the finely dressed gentleman. Usually where there is coin, there is opportunity.
Can of opportunity. Can the three of you, sans Reizi, can the three of you roll me a luck check?
Luck.
Yep, at D100. 61, 12, 43. Okay. Fia, perhaps it's the paranoia from having been pickpocketed earlier today. But you feel someone doing a little bit of their own perusal of your satchel. As, like, Kork is pointing out this noble-esque, we'll say, individual, and your attention is, like, obviously following Kork's own pointing and direction. You feel, like, some rummaging in your satchel.
Not again. Can I just quickly try and grab whatever it is that's rummaging?
You grab a hand or an arm.
I grab a hand.
And the wrist, we'll say.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that's what you get. You hear in response like.
May I ask what you're doing in my bag?
He's like, where is it? There it is. As much as I love Violet Evergarden's soundtrack for what it offers, I think this is a bit more fitting. That's really quiet for me. I mean, it starts really quiet. So, yeah, again, going back to it, as you, by reflex, or perhaps by annoyance, you grab the wrist of whoever it is who's, again, perusing your satchel. And you ask them what it is exactly they're doing. I mean, no, I know this looks bad.
Oh, does it?
I swear I'm trying to
Can I assist by putting this guy in a chokehold?
Please do. I hold his wrist towards you. Go for it, mate.
if you want.
Yeah, I'll help. I'll grab, like, sort of appear behind him, and there we go. Now answer the lady.
You pirouette around Fia and then grab this guy. He's dressed in not very, but relatively functional but still fashionable clothing. He doesn't scream like suspicious. If you saw him like on the street, he'd look like any other expeditionary at the very least. He is a quite tan person. Give me a sec. There we go. There. Yeah, he's a quite tan person. You're not. How to put this? Kork, you're not 100%. You can't pinpoint his accent. That is a point of first impression for most people you meet is their accent. True to real life. This guy's accent, you're not quite certain. It sort of speaks of Hillandic. It sort of speaks of Exchangian. Or Frijadan. You're not quite 100% certain, though. For meta-wise, this one is based off of is Moroccan. And as I said, Morocco has African, Arabic, French, lots of stuff in it. Peculiar accent, really. Lovely, though. So you get him a choke on. I swear I was only trying to help.
Help how exactly?
As like you pull him back from Fia, you see that tucked in between his index finger and his middle finger is just a note, like just a small note.
I'll just pluck that.
He's just holding up like placating hands, and you grab it from him. I'm assuming you read it.
Oh, yeah.
You read it, and it says, "Do you read it out loud or read it to yourself?" I should ask that.
I'll just give a quick scan first, see what it says.
Okay. So no answer, you don't know what it says, but to Fia, it simply reads, "Your tall, peculiar raven perch of a friend is being hunted."
My what, sorry?
Your tall, peculiar raven perch of a friend is being hunted. He's referring to Cork.
Oh, okay, sorry, I misheard that for a second there. Okay, I guess I will inform the rest of the party then.
You guys hear such.
So who did you piss off in a day?
I can tell you that if you guys want. I was just trying to give an anonymous.
Perhaps not here. Are you thirsty, my friend? I still haven't let him go.
I am at your best.
Let's go buy this man a drink, shall we?
Yeah, that sounds like a brilliant idea.
I believe there's I suppose you can call it a bar for dock workers and sailors nearby. It is quite literally a bar. Just the bar and the drinks. Off.
Let's.
You guys follow Abigail. It is a bar. It's a really small warehouse that has been converted, like really small. I'm talking like probably the size of like not even a barn, like a really big shed. Like it's pretty small. Like what it possibly could have held, you have no clue. For like looking at the other warehouses nearby, this one is like peculiarly small. Perhaps it was like highly secure. Maybe that's why. You'll never know. And it's the bar in question are basically crates, and then upon which just sits a large just slab of just wood. Like it's like walking to like a home improvement store almost. There are seats which are crates and stuff like that. There are some actual seats here and there, but it really is just that. Like it's a quick respite sort of bar as opposed to stay the whole night drinking sort of bar. Not too many dock workers here right now, mostly because some of them are missing from injury and arrest. Luckily, Tharbim and now Lexi are helping out, so good for them. But yeah, it's just one guy, the bartender in question, and then just you guys. And as you guys are, I'm assuming, Cork, you're sort of dragging this individual over.
Yes.
Yeah, as you guys come over with this going on, the one guy who's there slams his drink, pays his tab, and leaves.
He does not want to be here.
Tell, exactly, he doesn't want to be here for this. The bartender, does all that, eyes you guys,